Okay, so I'm back with another video, and I do want to talk about like dating and street theater, honey pot or whatever, honey pot or honey, whatever it's called. But I first want to just express gratitude for having already experienced true love, already have well, my version of true love. Have already experienced, I've been married twice. I've experienced some ups and downs. I've dated every kind of man possible. Black, white, nice, wealthy, semi-wealthy. Um, I mean, all the things. I'm very grateful for those things. So, romance and love and trying to figure something out and trying to pull together and having someone there for you and you being there from someone that don't owe me anything. But being in this situation has made me feel more vulnerable than I normally would. And so I was like, you know what? If I had somebody here with me, this experience would be much better. I would have somebody to talk to about it, blah blah blah. So I went on a dating site. I was like, the the perpetrator ain't gonna pick me. I'm gonna pick the person, so we gonna go from there, right? So boom, I didn't know how deep this stuff goes. So I'm just scrolling, liking people that I find, attractive or whatever. So boom, there's this one guy I come across. I hit him up and we start talking. So I decided to meet up with him. Mind you, I had been talking to guys since like weeks prior, but I was like scared to meet him in person, especially being a, targeted individual, and especially with some of the things that I experienced in realizing that I'm a target, right? I didn't know how I was going to explain it. I just felt vulnerable and embarrassed, really and truly. And so I finally decided, like, you know what, I'm just going to go, right? I'm going in my car. I don't have to depend on this person for anything. I'm literally just going out to get out the house. I don't do anything. I'm inside. I work remote. Like, I'm inside. Inside. So, so I'm like, okay, let me go. I go to the date, right? I hear my perpetrators because I'm drinking. That's another thing, guys. When you're drinking, and I don't know, for those of you who may smoke weed or whatever, if you experience voice to skull and you are at a point where you can't hear them because you're vibrating so high or whatever the case is, or you do some drinks and all of that, you're gonna hear it a little bit clear, okay? So, I'm having drinks, I'm chilling, and I can hear my perpetrators talking to him. I'm like, motherfucker. But the stuff they telling him, it was almost like they was tricking him. I mean, they was telling him positive stuff. It was all true. But they was like holding, it was like they was almost grooming him. Right? I don't believe, and I could be wrong. I don't believe that he was an actual gang stalker. In fact, during like a voice to skull, once they flipped him, I heard him say, well, man, I knew about blah, 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 but I ain't know about no TI and all that shit, no gang stalking. So, yeah, that got verified. He didn't know. So, the first day went so good. I was myself. I was actually shocked that I'm still me. I don't know if that makes sense, but once you go through an attack, like a extreme attack with this gang stalking stuff, you start to question yourself. You question everything. So so I was all excited because I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I still talk. I still, I'm still like, I don't know how to describe it, but I'm still me is how I felt, right? I have to tell y'all later about the attack that I went through. But anyway, so everything went good. So he was like, I want to take you out, in a couple of days. There's an R&B event, we should go, whatever, whatever. So I'm like, cool. So the gang stalkers, they was kind of like quiet a little bit. They, everything was cool. I was in a good mood. I kind of liked the dude. He was my type and stuff. So fast forward to the day after. Wait, not the day after. 2 days later, when we are supposed to go to our second date, the gang stalkers turned it up. Mind you, I had been chilling with him the day before that, drinking and chilling, and we had hung out. We went to a few bars and all of that kind of stuff. So, alcohol and everything. So again, I can hear them. I'm tuned in. I'm tapped in to them more than usual, right? Um, so that next day, actually, I'm lying. It wasn't the day after. It wasn't 2 days later. That next day, like they really went hard. Plus, I could hear him conversing with them. So I'm like, what the fuck? But mind you, my perpetrators are people that I know, right? So I never forget that they're my perpetrators. Don't get me wrong. I never forget that these people are my perpetrators. But it's like, it's strange. But I never forget that they're my perpetrators. But it's like he's in there talking with them. So I'm like, what the fuck? This motherfucker a perp too. But I also hear other little stuff about him. Like I said, he said, oh, I didn't know about gang stalking, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So boom. So then I don't hear him. No, 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 no. It's not that I hear him. I think that I hear him. I think that I hear him. The way the voices come into me, I can hear a certain cadence, but I gotta be around that person a few times to really listen to them and every tone that they make, so that if I hear them in that setting, I could tell. That's what it was. It wasn't that I knew for sure it was him. It was like I had an idea, but I was like, no. And one of the reasons why I didn't know for sure if it was him is because they had got another guy that I had talked to and, was chatting with and stuff like that. They got him in there and I had just stopped talking to him. Like it was nothing anyway. So with this guy, I was like, no, I didn't want to believe it because for one, I still wanted to go to the event. And for two, I'm like, okay, I kind of like him. Like he's age appropriate. He is, tall, all of the things. So I'm feeling good more about myself. Just the fact that I'm still able after all of that to just, I don't know, I'm still all there. I went through a major attack, right? And although I know I'm all there and I was never had any true issues, it's just, I would have to tell y'all what I've been through during this attack. So boom. Y'all, the day of me getting ready to go to this R&B event, these people, this is why I say they be jealous, hating, everything. These people put so much shit in my head, and I hadn't slept good the night before. It was by design, of course, because they was up doing shit. I'm wondering if that was the dude, all kinds of stuff. So I was already like, oh, but I was like, I want to go. So they put all kind of stuff in my head. He was going to kill me. You don't know what you up against. They going to get you. He got his partner waiting on you when you get there. And this nigga, you better not go. I'm telling you not to go. Then, I heard both of my ex-husbands in there. It's not going to be good for you. Because, for me, my family and friends they're all a part of it. Okay. So I'm hearing them. So I'm just like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? So I had to get out that hive mind. Remember I told y'all about the hive mind? And I had to think about, okay, what do I want to do? Right? I'm like, I want to go, but I am gonna be safe. I'm gonna bring my little piece just to make sure that I'm all good, and I'm not gonna treat him like I think he's gonna do something to me because he didn't show me that side of him. But it still put me on edge. On the other side, I don't know what they was telling him. So when I get there, y'all, I kid you not. I kid y'all not. This dude was a whole nother dude. When I tell you this man had the persona of my ex in the ending of our relationship. So I knew exactly what was up.